Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another video of one tool a week. If you're new to the channel, we take a look at tools every week. So if you love tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What is it that we're going to be taking a look at this week? Well, if you ask me, I'm always taking apart items. If it's going to be water heaters, boilers, AC units, etc., even knives, small little tedious bolt screws, I always have to take apart something. So whenever I take it apart, I like to stay organized and everything stay in the same spot. That way you're not leaving it around and everything going flying all over the place. So with that being said, guys, this week we're going to be taking a look at rubber trays. So the first one that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be this one right here. Now this is going to be the OEM Tools Super Grip Flex Tray, or I'm sorry, the Sure Grip Flex Tray. And I ended up putting some tape because it had some information that I didn't want to share. And of course, this is going to be the back of the box. The box did come a little bit beat up, but everything inside is still very good. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got inside. So here you're gonna have it. You're gonna have this nice little plastic molding that it comes with, and let's go ahead and open this baby up. Of course, the first thing you're gonna notice is going to be a high visible green. That way you always locate it and you know where it's at and you don't lose it for anything. It's going to be very flexible. You can move it around, carry it, however, bend it. It is going to be very flexible. That way it could take shape or form of wherever you're working at, which is very nice. Another thing that you're going to notice, it's going to be able to withstand high heat, and that's going to be up to 500 Fahrenheit. So that's a very good amount of heat. So if you want to place it on top of something that's nice and warm, or water heaters, boilers, stuff like that, you could place it on there without it melting, which is pretty sweet to have. Now, of course, the best part is going to be a non-slip resistant, as I'm putting pressure down there and I'm having a hard time trying to move it. It is made out of rubber again, and in the back right here you can see it's a nice little smooth surface, but it's gonna catch grip anywhere it's at. So that's pretty sweet and that's pretty cool to know. Now again, it's going to be anti-static, silicone protected. It's going to be surface free from damages on there because it is going to be a silicone made, so it's going to protect the surfaces and it's not going to scratch it wherever you have it. So for all you automotive guys, that way you don't scratch any paints or anything like that. That's a very nice detail to have. Now also, it's going to withstand oils or non-corrosive fluids, gas, petroleum, stuff like that. It's going to be able to withstand it, and you're going to be able to wipe it off without having any issues on it. So the first part is going to be, it is a 3-part setting. So the first one's going to be this small little tray. Now as you can see, it is going to be the same color. It's just going to be a smaller part, and it's going to fit inside of larger one. Now the cool thing about this one is whenever you're taking something apart, you have these small little holes. So if you have small screwdrivers or hex, 1/4-inch hex that you're using specially for that job, you could place them right here. Let me see if I could zoom in. That way you could see they're going to be hexed on there. That way you could see it. Or if you're going to have some larger screws or bolts that you're going to need, or screwdrivers, stuff like that, that you're able, you could insert it in there, and that way you don't lose it anywhere. Now it is going to be grooved inside, which is a nice little feature, and I really like it because if it's squared, whenever you have a hard time pulling it out, so you have to put it over, since it's grooved on the inside, you probably can't catch it on the camera, but it is grooved. That way you could just go ahead, push it along, and it's gonna lift up by itself instead of being square. Now the dimensions on this is going to be 10.5 by 5.25 of an inch length and width, which is a very nice convenient size, and this is probably a nice size to have on you all the time just because of how small it is and compact. Again, if you're taking apart certain small items and you don't want to go ahead and lose anything, this is a very nice item. Now, the next tray that it's going to come with is going to be the medium right here. And as you can see, it's going to have a larger, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes in there. That way you can store or separate things. And of course, you have these little dividers. That way you separate bolt screws or anything that you choose to separate. Now, the dimensions on the medium tray is going to be 10.5 by 8.5 inches length and width. So that's something to keep in mind in case you want to know dimensions on there. So you go ahead and pull that to the side. And the last but not least is going to be the large tray. Now, the large tray is going to be 21 inches long, and it's going to be 11 inches wide, which is pretty long and wide. So that way it keeps it a lot of parts and tools on there. And of course, you have some nice little handles right here on the side. You're gonna have two hanging screws right there in case you want to hang it up against the wall, or put some magnets with some hooks on there and you can hang it up against your toolbox or anything like that. Now you are going to get 7 trays, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 right there. And of course, you're gonna have the big old OEM tools on there. Now another neat feature is this plastic still on there. You're gonna have a little ruler right here. That way that ruler tells you in case you want to find out the size of an item, and it's going to go up to 17 inches. And this is going to be the inches increments. And on the other side, you're going to have centimeters. Let me see. The camera's not catching it. Let me see if we could catch it right there. You're going to have it in centimeters, but if I move it over here, let me see if I bend it. Sorry about that, guys. You can see that there's the centimeters on the side. Right along there. So in case you're using centimeters, there you go. Now it is gonna be very nice to have, guys. This one's gonna set you back on Amazon for $49.99. So keep that in mind. Now, in case you don't want to go with this one and maybe you were looking at another item, the Grypmat was probably the original one, and they're the ones that have a patent on there. Let's go ahead and slide this to the left, and let's bring up the Grypmat. Here you go. So this is going to be the Grypmat Pro. I ended up picking up also, that way I can compare them and take a look at them. Now this is going to be the trio pack, as you can see, and let's go ahead and open it up. Now if you want to look at the box, this is what it comes with, model, everything right here, and it lets you know what it does and how it works. As you can tell, automotive, aircraft, anything you want to work on. I like to work on small items, just as, like I said, knives or stuff like that. I like to take them apart and work on them. So this is how it's going to come with. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Leave it right there. Put that box over there. And of course, this is going to be the Grypmat Pro Trio Pack. It's going to be a 3 set. It's going to be a great grip up to 70 degrees in some cases. And of course, it's going to protect your surfaces. That way you don't scratch anything on the surface. It's going to be very nice. That way you just don't damage anything. Again, if you're working in something else where a lot of lint or something's going to catch, this probably isn't the best thing for you. You're probably going to be catching a lot of dirt, debris, dust, stuff like that. And it's going to stay stuck on there. Now of course, this one is chemical resistant. It doesn't specify what kind of chemicals, but check Grypmat for more information on that. Now it is going to be non-magnetic, and it's going to be, of course, a high visible green also, that way you don't lose sight of it. So let's look at the first one. The first one's going to be a small tray right here, and this one alone is going to be an 11-inch long right there, and of course 5.5 inches wide. It's gonna have 6 trays, 1 2 3 4 5 6 right here. And of course, this is going to be it with the Grypmat logo on the side. And again, there you go. And of course, a hook, that way you could hang it up against the wall and you don't lose it. So let's move this one right here. The next one's going to be the medium size right here. Now the medium size, it is going to change a little bit. Let's go ahead and zoom in. If you could see, you're going to have inches on the top up here, and of course at the bottom you're going to have centimeters. You're going to have 3 trays, but of course this one's going to have a small little division inside. That way you don't divide screws or bolts, or if you have a little bit of liquid down here, it doesn't pass into the other area. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Okay, and that's going to be it for that one. So let's go ahead and put that one to the back right there. And then last but not least, it's going to be their large version right here. Now their large version is going to be a 21 3/4 of an inch long and 11 7/8 of an inch wide. That's what the tape measure was telling me. And of course, you're going to have 5 trays, 1 2 3 4, and of course 5. And inside this larger tray, you're going to have a divider, which is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 divisions right here. That way you can separate things. And again, you're going to have centimeters down at the bottom, and you're going to have inches on the top, just like the medium tray right here. That way you could go ahead and get some measurements in case you have to, or size up some items. That way you don't lose track of it, or you verify that it's the correct size. Now This one is going to set you back a bit pricier, and that price is going to be at $100. But with that $100, you are going to get a lifetime warranty. Now, another thing that I went ahead, I got a special promotion. Whenever I purchased this one, they ended up sending another set. So let's go ahead and move this one to the side and see which that other set was. And that was this set right here, and this was the Grypmat Duo pack. And as you could tell, it is a smaller version of it. And let's go ahead and open it up. It's gonna come in this little case, and of course information, and again it is going to be lifetime warranty. So you go ahead and slide it out, and this is going to be the set right there. Now this one was probably my favorite one out of all three of them, and that's just because of the size and the convenience and just the setup the way it is. Now this one's gonna come with two different trays, and of course right now you're gonna see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 different sections. That way you could put off different sections, but again it's going to be two different sets. As you can see, you open it up, and of course the Grypmat's going to be all in white right there, and again it is going to be the high visible green color. So the first size right here is going to be 9 inches and 4.25 of an inch wide, and again it's going to have 1 2 3 4 trays right here, and this is just a nice size to have on you, and that way you don't lose parts. Now, for all you knife goers or people that like to take apart small, tedious parts, or anybody that has jewelry or works on jewelry, that way you don't scratch it or lose anything, this is going to be a very nice size also. Now, this size is going to be their large, and it's going to be 9.5 or 7.5 of an inch wide and long. So it's gonna have 4 trays, and of course your main tray right here, and that way you can work on it and don't lose anything and leave your tools around there. That way everything doesn't go scattered around. So this one alone, again, they ended up sending it for free whenever I purchased the other one. I'm not too sure, but I'll probably leave the link below. That way y'all know how much it's going to be. As always, guys, let me know what you would use a tray for, or if any hobbies that you end up doing and you end up using stuff like this. Let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested in looking at new stuff and new tools. That way I can improve my workmanship and my craftsmanship. As always, guys, thank y'all for the support, and thanks for watching. One tool a week, guys.